Hello and welcome to Star Citizen. My name is Evenlease, and today on probably not going to be 10 minutes or less ship review, we have the Hercules A2 Heavy Gunship and Bomber right behind me. Let's go ahead and take a look at this thing, starting with the exterior. Starting with the exterior of the A2 Hercules, this is one of three variants, and this one is the Gunship Bomber variant of the Hercules lineup. Now, Crusader has quite a few ships in the game already, but this is their biggest ship at the moment. It would be quite interesting to see something even bigger, but we just don't know at this point. This ship is just outfitted to the hilts in firepower. Now, most of it is not pilot controlled. You do have two gimbaled size 4 M6A laser cannons on the top, which you could potentially upgrade and get rid of the gimbals, which most people do, but again, I review these ships stock, so we're going to talk about it stock. Now, the rest of the guns on this ship are controlled via remote turrets, and we'll start off with the smallest size of them all. You have 6 size 4 M6As on remote turrets, and then after that you have 2 size 5 Omsky laser cannons, which you can see on the bottom there. And then you have 4 size 5 M7A laser cannons. Now, the pilot does have control over one more weapon and is its primary role with this ship, and that is the Moab, the bomb of bombs on this ship. Now, it comes with 4 of them, and they're size 10 Colossus bombs. This thing does ridiculous damage. The Colossus bombs have I think about 250 meter diameter when it comes to the explosion blast radius, so it can do a phenomenal amount of damage to a big area, and if you have 4 of them, even more so. Now, this ship, since we're still looking at the outside, I'm just going to talk about I'm just going to hit everything about the ship on the outside. Now, you do have 2 size 3 shields, giving you 110,000 health each shield. And so they are quadrant shields. So all in total, it's 220,000 HP on the shields. Now, with that, they're quadrant. So 220,000 split between 4 faces. That's a pretty good amount of shields. It takes a while to knock the shields off of this ship and keeps you into the battle for quite a long time. Now, given the fact that it's a military bomber, you'd think it would have a massive health pool, but it doesn't. It only has 81,400 total ship health. And you're going to be like, only? Well, no, come on. That's not that much if you compare it to certain other ships that are much smaller. Like the Retaliator bomber has the biggest health pool in the game. And you can actually fact check that. The Retaliator has over 300,000 HP when something like the 890 Jump only has 120,000. This A2 Hercules is definitely on the lower end of the health pool range, but it does have those 2 size 3 shields, which helps prevent you from exploding right away. Now, that ain't going to stop any ballistic weapons that are taking you out, because the fact of it is, the shields just don't stop the majority of ballistic damage. A lot of people are using this ship also for player versus AI bounty hunts, so PvE bounty hunts, and so, once again, you really don't need to worry about it until the AI is in a lot more of a better state where they actually can do some things to you. Now, all in all, this ship is available in game for 5,525,000. Now, it's only available at that price prior to 3.23. So 3.22 is available at that price. Game version 3.23 coming soon. It's going to get a price increase, absolutely. Probably well over the 10 million UEC range. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to be doing any sort of wiping of ships or whatnot. I think they will be with the economy changes coming in 3.23. But if you're not sure, now's the time to acquire this ship. And you never know. Maybe you get lucky and they don't wipe your ship and you have it at the cheaper price point. This ship has a lot of firepower, but most of it's just controlled by the turrets. So you're going to have some people on here. But you also have a ton of room for cargo. This ship carries up to 216 SCU on the cargo grid. Now, that's not to say you can't fit more in here, but on the cargo grid itself, where it's locked down and safe and secure, it's 216 SCU, which is a really great amount. This ship can also fit any ground vehicle that's currently released in the game, from the Ballista to the Storm to the Tonk. It don't matter, it fits it. This is the only ship really in the game that can fit everything that's currently released for the ground, as well as numerous of it. I've seen people put so many things in here. Now right here is the bomb bays. You do have 2 bombs on each side. Pretty cool. So this is where they'll drop from. Typically, once you turn on your missile system, they'll open the door here and they'll rotate to a drop position. And then once you're ready, you'll go ahead and drop. Now, everything else about this ship continues on the 2nd floor, which you can go ahead and either take the elevator up or you can go ahead and take the ladder. Now, this ship does have 3 entry points from the exterior. You have the ramp in the front, the ramp in the back, and also this elevator, which does extend to the ground. I'm surprised they didn't, do this to the MSR, Mercury Star Runner, with an elevator at the front and kind of going down. They really do need to do that and give it more than one access point. But this isn't about the MSR now, is it? Now, taking a look at the 2nd floor of the A2, you're going to see a pretty big difference in certain rooms. That door is open because I opened it just to kind of see what was in here, and now I can't close it. As soon as you get off the elevator onto the 2nd floor and you make a right turn, you'll have access to all the turrets, well, most of them. So you'll enter here and you'll see there's 4 seats here. Now, I'm not sure if there's going to be any further functionality going along someday soon with blades or, having your AI crew in here, as well as maybe some more engineering access on some of these because it looks like a lot of server area. But this is where a lot of the turret control is. Now, if you continue through this area into the armory, there's where you have a bunch of suit lockers as well as weapons. So in this armory, you can carry normal weapons as well as bigger weapons like rocket launchers and the rail guns. And you have a little bench here while you're getting ready, and then a bunch of suit lockers, which is really cool. So plenty of storage for everybody that you have crewed on your ship. Now, if we're to continue on in the 2nd floor here, we're going to go through this door, and you'll have a lot of access to your components back here. These doors do open and give you that access, and really cool special effects on some of these engines. Now, this is pretty symmetrical in this area, so on the other side of the ship it's going to look the same, which we'll cross over there right now. That's super bright, isn't it? I've always wondered why that looks that way. It's very interesting. And like I said, pretty much copy-paste each side. Looks cool. Now, if you come over here, you do have habitation, which is where your crew will sleep at the end of the day. You do have, of course, the 8 beds that you would need. And then through here you have a kitchen, which it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Once again, this ship just lacks on any sort of windows or anything, so there's nothing really allowing your crew to see the outside world unless they're in that turret gun, which this could be kind of sad, honestly, because it's nice to see outside a window once in a while. Now, you do have a restroom on each side. These restrooms would have toilets as well as an operating shower, so you can do both. And then in these rooms, of course, you do have storage lockers, which again, you open it, but you just can't close it. So there are storage lockers for the crew as well. Moving on out of this room, and you can just continue down the middle of the ship here. You do have the bridge, pretty much. Now, there's more component access along the way. If you're to open these doors, you'll see you have all sorts of different things, including like your power systems and your shield generators behind these doors. Now, continuing on, you do have a bunch of escape pods, which is good because, if your ship starts going down, you will need to escape. This is where you're going to do it from. Now, we're going to make access here to the only place that has a window, and it is the pilot's seat. Now, you would have an engineering station here. Typically, we have seen it inside of CitizenCon video when it came down to engineering, as well as more turret control and access here. And then behind these doors, you do have, I don't know why loot keeps showing up. It's really weird. I think when servers are kind of getting iffy. Here's more engineering stuff, probably going to have to replace batteries and stuff. It's on each side. And then over here is kind of like a little area for like a handgun or something for the pilot. Can't really do anything with it. Maybe you can. Let's see. Oh, you can. So you can place a handgun here for the pilot and the co-pilot, and then go ahead and close this. So that's a nice little access area for that little emergency need if you need it. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and hop into the pilot seat really quick. I don't want to loot the pilot seat. I just want to hop on in. And I'll show you a quick bombing run. Now, before we start that, I do want to show you how many MFDs we do have here in the pilot seat. You know, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, there's 4 MFDs, and then you got a pretty small view here. Feels kind of misc. Now, I feel like these computers here on the side is going to be maybe something they could potentially use as like a bombing computer someday. Instead of having to manually do it out the front window, maybe you'll have like a reticule and, you know, where you want to drop a bomb on here and set it up and then kind of make your bombing run. But let's go ahead and power this thing on and get in the air and show you what it's like to drop a bomb. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and take off, and as you can see, when you do take off, I left the front door open, so I'll make sure to shut that. But if I were to go ahead and bring up the gear, you do also have VTOL side things on the wings, so you go ahead and close those, and there you go. Now, once you've hit the button and you've gone ahead and shut your doors, if you left them open before taking off, you can go ahead and start flying out and make your bombing run. Let's go ahead and do that really quick. So again, these bombs are huge and they do make a pretty big explosion, so just be careful. Go ahead and hit middle mouse button like you're going to be operating a missile, and then you'll see a red circle on the ground, or a different color circle. Once you see that, go ahead and press and hold the T key once you have it where you want it to be. So that's the circle of where you want it to hit. The red is where the bomb's going to fall. So now you can either pay attention to that, or you can go ahead and just use the HUD and kind of see, boom, just drop the bomb. So let's see how well that hits. Boom. Look at that. So you can do a dive bomb tactic, or you can go ahead and just, set your target and fly in normally. Pretty sweet, though. We're going to go ahead and turn this off. So pretty much this ship is amazing. It has plenty of roles. You can do pretty much anything in this ship. It could be a daily flyer if you really wanted to. One last thing that I did forget to mention is the amount of quantum fuel it has. And it has 88,000 quantum fuel. Now, some of it was missing because I did jump over here, but yeah, 88,000 quantum fuel. That's amazing. So, Crusader's heavy gunship and bomber. What would I rate this thing? It has tons of firepower. You can change the guns out on this thing if you really want to go down the upgrade route, and you can do pretty much anything with this ship. It can be a great daily flyer, and there's just so much that can be done. You can bomb targets, you can go play PvE against bounties, or you can even do PvP. I've seen some people do PvP with this ship because it has so much shield strength, and the guns on this thing are fantastic. Now, you can go and do package deliveries. You really could, because this ship is just right now in such a good area of being able to do anything from cargo, package, to bunkers, to bombing the hell out of everything and attacking bounty targets, as well as, you can even go help someone that's doing salvage just because you're going to take all the boxes from them and, run cargo. It's a fantastic ship. It gets a 10 out of 10 from me. That would be my high score. And that's for a lot of reasons. You have amazing firepower. You got bombs. You got 216 SCU cargo grid. It's got an armory with an amazing living quarters. It's got 2 size 3 shields at 110,000 HP each. And they're quadrant shields. So that is pretty awesome. As well as 81,400 total ship health and 88,000 quantum fuel. So with all that, couldn't be happier. It's a straight 10 out of 10 from me. What do you guys think of the A2 Bomber? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.